Still adding sugar to your tea? You might be feeding forgetfulness. Refined sugar is one of the most common and dangerous brain killers in the modern diet. It causes blood sugar spikes, which inflame brain cells and slow down neuronal communication. Over time, this leads to brain fog, poor concentration, and even increases your risk of Alzheimer's. Sugary cereals, pastries, and drinks may seem harmless, but your brain pays the price. Even small daily intakes can disrupt your memory and affect mood regulation. Switch to natural sugars like honey or dates, and prioritize fiber-rich fruits. Cravings are short-lived, brain damage isn't. Your brain doesn't need sweet, just smart. Eating crispy snacks. Your thoughts might be crisp too. Trans fats found in fried foods, margarine, and packaged snacks don't just harm your heart, they reduce brain volume. These fats interfere with neurotransmitter function, making you feel slow, tired, or emotionally flat. Seniors consuming trans fats regularly are more prone to cognitive decline and depression. Even small amounts can cause lasting changes in memory and reaction time. Always read labels for partially hydrogenated oils. That's code for trans fats. Opt for real butter, olive oil, and foods with healthy fats. Trans fats numb your brain's clarity with every bite. Clear thoughts start with clean fats. 0 calories doesn't mean 0 damage. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame and sucralose can disrupt brain signals by confusing your body's hunger and reward centers. Studies link them to mood disorders, memory lapses, and headaches, especially in older adults. While they aim to reduce sugar intake, they end up overstimulating your neurons and altering how your brain responds to real food. Your gut-brain axis also takes a hit, affecting digestion and mental clarity. Choose natural alternatives like stevia or simply reduce sweetness overall. Artificial chemicals don't belong in a natural brain. Fake sweeteners offer sweet lies and bitter brain fog. One glass too many? Your brain might already feel it. While occasional alcohol isn't the enemy, regular drinking damages the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory and learning. It dehydrates brain tissue, slows down neural regeneration, and can even shrink brain volume over time. Seniors are especially vulnerable, with slower recovery and higher sensitivity to its effects. Even healthy red wine in excess harms more than it helps. To protect your mental sharpness, limit alcohol to a few servings a week, or avoid it altogether. Mental clarity fades in silence, not drama. A calm evening shouldn't come at the cost of cognitive strength. Love white bread and pasta. Your brain might not. Processed carbohydrates rapidly convert to sugar, creating constant blood sugar roller coasters that tire out your brain. These foods lack fiber, vitamins, and essential nutrients needed for brain repair and focus. Seniors consuming white bread, instant noodles, or sugary snacks regularly report more brain fog and low energy. The lack of complex nutrition weakens mental endurance and worsens age-related decline. Switch to whole grains, quinoa, and vegetables for sustained clarity. Smart food choices equal sharper memory. Feed your brain the way it functions. Slow, steady, and strong. Love bacon in the morning? Your brain might not. Processed meats like bacon, ham, and sausages contain sodium nitrates, used to preserve color and flavor. But these chemicals are linked to neurodegeneration and increased risk of mood disorders. They constrict blood vessels, reducing oxygen flow to the brain, and may contribute to long-term memory loss. Seniors consuming high-nitrate diets often report more confusion and slower cognitive processing. Daily exposure adds up quietly and dangerously. Choose fresh, unprocessed meats or plant-based proteins. The flavor boost isn't worth the brain drain. Protect clarity by skipping chemical-laced meats. That instant noodle flavor, it's fooling more than your taste buds. Monosodium glutamate, MSG, is a common additive in packaged foods, soups, and frozen meals. It overstimulates glutamate receptors in the brain, leading to headaches, brain fog, and sometimes even migraines. MSG has been linked to neuron damage and worsening symptoms in people with neurological conditions. While small amounts may be tolerated, repeated exposure can dull brain performance. Look for labels that say no MSG added and cook fresh whenever possible. Flavor enhancers can cost you mental energy. Don't trade taste for brain health. That soft drink, it's not just sugar, it's sabotage. High fructose corn syrup, HFCS, is a cheap artificial sweetener found in sodas, sauces, and baked goods. It spikes insulin levels, increases inflammation, and has been shown to impair learning and memory in studies. Seniors consuming HFCS regularly are at higher risk for dementia and cognitive impairment. It disrupts the way your brain cells use energy, making thinking slower and reactions duller. Avoid it by reading ingredient lists carefully. The brain thrives on stable fuel, not syrupy overload. Choose nourishment over numbness. Ever wonder why your memory's slipping? Check your packaging. Many processed and canned foods contain trace amounts of aluminum, either from containers or additives. Chronic exposure may lead to accumulation in the brain, where it's linked to Alzheimer's disease and nervous system decline. Seniors are especially vulnerable to metal toxicity as their body's detox ability slows. Foods like baking powders, processed cheese, and certain candies may contain hidden aluminum. Always choose glass or BPA-free containers and avoid overly packaged or artificially colored items. Heavy metals weigh down more than your groceries. Keep your mind light and sharp. Not everyone needs to avoid gluten, but some brains beg for it. In gluten-sensitive individuals, especially those with celiac disease or non-celiac gluten sensitivity, consuming gluten can cause severe neurological symptoms. It inflames the gut, disrupts the gut-brain axis, and leads to depression, anxiety, and cognitive fatigue. Seniors with undiagnosed gluten sensitivity often feel mentally drained without knowing the cause. If you notice consistent brain fog, try a gluten-free trial with medical guidance. Even if you're not allergic, your body might be intolerant. Brain clarity may lie in what you stop eating. Don't ignore what your mind is whispering. Chewing gum to stay alert. It might be dulling your brain instead. Many sugar-free gums contain aspartame, an artificial sweetener linked to memory issues, mood swings, and headaches. While it seems like a harmless habit, constant aspartame exposure stimulates the central nervous system, potentially leading to neurotoxicity in sensitive individuals. For seniors who already face slower neurotransmission, it can accelerate mental fatigue. Switching to natural xylitol gums or going gum-free may improve daily clarity. Small daily habits often cause the biggest decline. Chew wisely. Your brain is listening. If it says long shelf life, think short brain life. Hydrogenated oils are chemically altered fats found in baked goods, crackers, and fast foods. They're used to extend shelf life, but shorten mental sharpness. These oils contain trans fats that damage brain cells, reduce blood flow to the brain, and increase the risk of dementia over time. Seniors who consume these fats regularly report more memory lapses and slower cognitive responses. Even small amounts, hidden in pastries or microwave meals, can silently add up. Check ingredient labels for hydrogenated or shortening. Your brain deserves better than lab-made fats. Clean oils lead to clear thoughts.